Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Rudy, here to bring you guys a new video. Check this out. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I haven't quite got the nerve to do it, or the time, or find a reason to really do it. Well, I'm selling the Chameleon. But before we sell the Chameleon that has these big old 2.8 tires, we're gonna take them off and we're gonna put them on the Bronson. Check that out. We're going from this 2.8, this is a 2.6. It's still quite a bit bigger. Gonna do some trail riding, maybe take it out to Spider Mountain. I'm gonna let you guys know what I think. I don't think y'all wanna watch me do all this, so we're just gonna make this happen real quick in movie magic. Well, there you have it. We got 2.8 tires on the Bronson. And yeah, I mean, the clearance doesn't look too bad. I think it's got plenty of clearance down in there. So, of course, we're gonna run it no matter what. Fork, this is my Zeb 2.8 tire in that sucker there. But yeah, it's got some room. It's got some room. It's got enough room for sure. So we're gonna fast forward on to tomorrow. Gonna hit the trails, gonna follow my buddy around, do a little bit of trail riding, and then I think we're gonna cut and do some Spider Mountain and see how this thing does with 2.8s. 2.8 Recons, front and rear. I got, right now I'm sitting at 24 PSI in the front and 26 PSI in the rear. We're on a Santa Cruz Bronson V3 model with the Zeb. It's cascaded, neg meg. What else do you need to know? That's really about it. It's an XO1 build. Well, let's get to the trails. Oh, caught something. Bottom bracket, chain ring, something. That's a bad line, yeah. Sounded metal, sounded like my chain, or my chain ring. Hey guys, just a little voice over here. So, I'm at Salado Creek. This area is known for having lots of roots, really big, gnarly, chunky rocks, and not a lot of flow, as you can see. I did have too much tire pressure in these tires. Once I let out the tire pressure, it did get a little bit better. But with the width of these tires, it just made it very difficult to try to keep any flow, because I had to change the style of my riding to monster trucking over things instead of like trying to really pick a good line. But it was just really difficult to do with this. You know, it's a big bike. You know, it's 170 millimeters travel in the front, 160 in the rear. With these wide tires, it was very difficult. But we're going to Spider Mountain, so let's just get to that. All right, y'all, so this is the 2.8 Bronson final review. I'm at Spider Mountain. It's my favorite place. It's a Thursday afternoon. They open up the ski lift from 4 to 8 until it gets too dark or something like that. Anyways, been doing this a couple times, but check that out. Got the Bronson up there on the ski lift with the 2.8 tires on it. I'm going to let you guys know what I think. First things first, we're just going to take a nice easy lap down Viper's Den. I'm going to take Viper's Den all the way down. For those of you guys who don't know, Viper's Den is kind of the probably, I would say, the chunkiest of all the trails here at Spider Mountain. It's not the steepest. It's just, if you take it all the way down, there's definitely a lot of chunk to deal with. Like all that right there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All that chunk that just kind of wants to rattle your, if you're not clipped in, just wants to rattle your feet off of your pedals. It's that kind of chunk. So that was the first section of Viper's Den. We're just gonna roll over here and get right into the second part of Viper's Den. Oops, which I almost passed. Oh, I can feel these tires like eating up the chunk and stuff, but can also feel a little bit of bounce back from them too. And again, trying to be precise just really isn't the thing for these tires. And then we'll finish out here this first warm-up lap on probably the chunkiest part of Viper's Den, the last section here. There's a nice little G out that puts you right into a section of rough terrain right away. Oh yeah. There's that G out right there. Yummy. Yeah. I wish I could learn. I need to come out that a little bit faster. Oh yeah. He's a little blown out from the summer for sure. Oh, again. And that's it. That's first run. So what I noticed is maybe I could use a little bit more tire pressure in the back, but we're gonna go up and get another lap. That was our warm-up lap, and I think maybe I could have put a little bit more tire in the rear, but just because I kind of felt a little bit of squirmy whenever I came into that G out that I was talking about. But that's really about the only spot that's going to happen at anyway. So I think I'm going to leave the tire pressure where they're at. The bike, again, so the rims and the tire setup, I think, is best case scenario that you could have for that, just because the width of the rim versus the width of the tire is really going to make a good combo for that tire setup. But with these tires being the Recon front and rear, it's definitely lacks some grip, especially with the front wheel. Definitely lacks some grip there. I always feel like, not always, but definitely in certain situations, I feel like I'm just going to wash out of there, you know what I mean? But maybe I need to lean a little bit more at the tire. Again, I'm a novice rider. I'm like novice advanced. I'm not that great. I mean, I can do some jumps. I do a lot of I can go to a lot of trails and do most of the features that they have there. So my riding style isn't quite it's not a beginner, but it's not you know, it's a little bit more than novice, I think. But I really just want to kind of give you guys an idea. Oh, you know what I forgot to talk about was the mud clearance. I went on a local bike ride, and the trails were great, but we came across an area that that was definitely too wet for us, and before we knew it, I mean, we had mud just caked on our bikes. I felt really bad because definitely rutted up the trail there. But there is like no mud clearance at all. I don't know if you guys seen in the earlier, I'll probably show another picture of the clearance that's there. Like, it's great, it's good for the tires, but if you're going to be in muddy conditions or inclement weather, stuff like that, where you're gonna have to worry about that kind of stuff, like the 2.8s don't give you a lot of that room. So definitely should throw that out there. Kind of excited to do this because in my normal local trails, there's just not much for jumps, especially good high-speed jumps. So see how these big tires eat it up. Oh yeah. Again, that back tire, maybe I do need to put a little bit more air in that back tire. I can kind of feel it squirming on those compressions, but man, it goes over everything so nice. Woo! My favorite step downs. Oh yeah. Feels so great on everything else. To up that pressure, I think I might just still deal with it. All right, what did I say? You know what? I think we're gonna use Centipede to work our way down to Sidewinder, because I like Sidewinder. So let's get right into it. Kind of sandy and loose. Nice. Good jumps. Oh yeah. Oh, a little slower than I wanted to take that. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the best I've hit that jump. Usually I come out of there really slow and have to pedal into it. Baby drop up here. Got everything so rough. Nice, good drop. Let's go. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna stop and put just a little bit more air in that tire. It's a little squirmy. One thing I talked about was climbing with these big old tires on. You know, I'm not gonna say it's like a abusive climber, because first of all, the Bronson's not a abusive climber. It gets the job done, especially in the configuration that I have it at. But yeah, it does get the job done. Technical sections, it's kind of tough, because again, those tires are so wide that whenever it comes to technical steep climbs, it's more difficult to like choose a line without having to try to monster truck over it, because the passageways, you know, for a narrower tire, you could get through that passageway and kind of keep your momentum going. As to where with this thing, yeah, you kind of monster truck over it, maybe put a little bit stiffer of a pedal into, so that you can kind of lift up the front end and just kind of monster truck over it. The rear end sticks nice, because you know there's a big patch of contact back there, but again, you're adding more weight. So with anything, you know, bigger, you get more weight, and you definitely feel that on the climbs. It climbs like a big heavy bike, but it does get the job done. And in the technical sections, it's a little bit more difficult, because that front wheel's so wide. And that's really about it. Again with a little bit more air pressure in the tires. That's better. That's way better. Oh yeah, just carry speed way better too. That's so much better. think we'll just go right to Recluse and drop in there. Take the shortcut to Venom. Here we go. Oh shit, that, not how I remember that going. That's all right, we handled it. You know, these big tires do handle those berms quite a bit better than I was thinking they were, and maybe I just needed to lean into them a little bit more. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I dig it, man. All right. I'm just gonna roll right into Venom. Put a couple pedals in here. Oh boy, she's a little washed out into a rut there. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, she's carrying speed today. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Big one coming up with speed. Yeah, boy. Woo! You know, with speed, with the downforce of gravity at a bike park, these 2.8s, well, they're not bad at all. Whoa, sent that a little deeper than I usually do. Yeah. It kind of has that 29er effect almost, where it the girth of the tire helps carry speed, but it also just kind of, you know, monster trucks over some of that stuff. That when you're pedaling into that stuff, it's work. But when you got the gravity of the downhill coming, pulling you down, like, the work is definitely worth it. And having the bigger tires are an advantage. That's pretty cool. It carries speed a lot better than I was thinking, just because normal everyday trails, you're losing so much energy trying to pedal into the trails. It's not bad at all. That's probably the most fun that I've had on this configuration since putting them on. That was a lot of fun, actually.
So
I quite enjoyed that.
Run was awesome. That was great. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Viper's Den down to Tarantula. It's got the wooden features, the flag wall run, and then I think that'll take me down to Sidewinder or Centipede Sidewinder, something like that. That's what we're gonna do. Just kind of give. I need to give Viper's Den another chance, because I don't think I had good tire pressure running down that one. So
start it with Viper's Den. Oh, it's so rough right there. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I was gonna open up the rear shock a little bit on the rebound. Ooh. I feel like my feet are getting bumped around. Let's go slower. I
that. Let's try that. And drop right into tarantula. Yep. And then, yeah, Viper's Den, Sidewinder. Oh, we got that other part of Sidewinder there. We'll just finish it out with Viper's Den. This is, I think, one of the rougher sections of Viper's Den anyways. Cooking down this thing now. Got that warm-up lap out of the way. She feels good. Oh yeah. Chunky, gnarly stuff. Yeah, up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we carried good speed through that. Oh, oh, hard to pick a lane. Oh yeah. Woo. Whoa. Yeah, pretty good. I don't know, man. 2.8 on the downhill. Kind of digging it. Kind of going. One good time. Yeah, boy. Yeah, I was with a little bit of breeze in my face. That was good. Just gonna try to go right into Recluse here. Nice. That was good. It's gonna go right into Venom. Oh yeah, braking. There, with these tires being so wide, and even the Recons, they brake really well. I don't think I mentioned that before. Woo! Oh boy, sent that deep. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Oh, that carries speed pretty good. Yeah. That's good shit.
That felt really good. I like it. I'm digging the 2.8s on the downhill. Whoa, that was a little deeper than I usually go too. Again. Whoa, that's good. Yeah. Ooh, man. I don't know, maybe I need to get a decent set for riding downhill spider only. Nah, probably not. I don't think that's worth the time or the money. Oh man, that's good though. I dig it. It's just, when it comes to picking lines, you just don't have a lot of options. You gotta kind of monster truck over everything, and that's probably the biggest thing that gets me when riding these big old tires.
Let's talk about the conclusion of the 2.8 tires on the Bronson. You know, they have their place for sure. The 2.8, the bigger tires. I think if you're going to have it on your trail bike, they're definitely best suited, I think, as giving some extra cushion to a hardtail. It's just extra weight to kind of drag around on a full suspension that's already a little bit heavier. It definitely adds another level of comfort, but of course, with that added level of comfort, you are sacrificing weight. They also have a little bit of that balloon effect, you know, especially if you don't have the tire pressure just right. You definitely get a little bit more of a rebound on that tire feel on a full suspension that you have to kind of take in consideration. The last couple of runs that I did though, I really think I got that tire pressure like just right, because I wasn't getting any of that ballooning feeling. But again, you know, I'm at a downhill park right now, and there's just the level of comfort isn't quite needed whenever you're trying to accumulate that to speed. Yeah, it actually carries speed really well, which is nice. That's really good, because I thought that maybe that was going to you know, slow you down a little bit like it does on the trails. But again, you know, you got the gravity pulling you down, so having to worry about that weight penalty is not really a factor. But it's still really tough to choose your lines because those tires are so much more wider. Like, you definitely have to take that in consideration. You know, maybe even change your riding style, you know, get used to monster trucking over those things. You know, also the situations where you kind of catch your tire on the edge of a sharp rock or something like that. Like, that definitely happened a lot more out here today and on the trails than I had noticed with anything smaller. You know, a 2.6 tire, I mean, that even does it too. But the current bike that I have that I haven't really introduced to the channel yet has got the 2.5 in the front, 2.4 in the rear, and that doesn't do it as much as the 2.6s do. So, you know, the smaller tire, the more line choices that you get to pick, so you get to keep your flow better. I don't know, but all in all, I mean, it was a good experience. I'm glad that I did it. I think that if I was going to make it my full-time setup, I would definitely go with like a DHR front and rear, or like a Mazda front and rear, or maybe like an Asaga. Oh man, that'd be a really big, heavy tire. Yeah, I think the DHR would probably be about as big as I would go. That would give you a little bit more bite in the corners, and a little bit more bite in the back whenever it came to climbing up the trails. But I don't know. I think you don't want those 2.8s on a either a smaller, lighter bike to take away from that weight penalty, or keep them on the hardtails. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out, YouTube. Go ride your bike.